feeling of support, just knowing that people are sending you stuff from back home, that's always good. That people are always that are thinking about you and haven't forgotten that you're in Iraq. You see people in the military that necessarily don't have that support, and not only are you getting that that sort of one-on-one. Whenever I got a care package from Bonds of Courage or So Much Support Our Troops, whatever it's called back then, it would always say addressed to me, but I would then extend that care package to the whole group.
Honestly, I don't think that I could have gotten through this deployment without the group. I knew at any time I could pick up the phone and call anyone within the group. I knew that my son Kyle was supported 24/7. I know that when the time comes that Kyle will be looking towards guidance in his next career, whenever that may be. And it's so important that we support the soldiers that are coming back and the soldiers that are leaving the military to go on to other things that, you know, their whole life has been serving our country, and now it's time that we give back to them.
Hello, I'm Christine Truey. I'm the founder and president of Bonds of Courage. We started this organization 8 years ago in 2004 when my son got his first orders for Iraq. I didn't know much about the military at that point, and I was scared. I needed help, I needed to understand. And I looked around to see who else was in my shoes. Who else could I relate to?
There is absolutely nothing out there for parents and extended families of the military for support. If you do not live on a base with your military spouse, there's no support groups, there's no fundraising for the troops. You're literally totally removed, other than getting an email from the rear detachment officer or the family readiness group, which is really geared more towards the families that are on base. There's nothing out there, and I think people need to understand that the extended families, the parents, the siblings, really need that support.
We are providing support to troops, veterans, and their families. We continue providing packages overseas, having sent over 28,000 items overseas. And now we are also helping them as they return. We provide them with help with jobs, health, families, and finances. We have become a focal point in New Jersey for serving the military and supporting them. For over 10 years, our troops have been volunteering for us, leaving their families and risking their lives and the integrity of their bodies and their minds to defend us. After the tragedy of September 11th, we were desperate for their strength, and they brought it, 2.4 million of them. The numbers are large, but they represent only 1% of us. Current services are already overwhelmed by their numbers, and the needs will increase exponentially in coming decades. They face dangers every day abroad and at home. When they come home, there is the fight for survival, to afford food for the table and a roof over their heads, the fight to restore their families after multiple deployments, the fight to heal the damage inflicted upon them.
I was in the Army for about 3.5 years, from like July 2006 to the tail end of 2009 about. I lived in Germany for 2 years, for approximately 2 years, and then my deployment to Iraq was about 15 months. And Bonds of Courage was there the whole way. Over this past summer, Eric Williams was killed in Afghanistan. I started getting messages and things like, hey, we're trying to get a group together to go over there and to go to Eric's funeral and things like that. And I'm like, I have no money. I can't travel across country and go on this trip. So I had this idea, this like crazy 1 in a million idea. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna call one person. I called one person, and I called Chris. And actually it only took like a day or two, I think, to find me a way to get to California. I can't express my gratitude for that. Also can't express their gratitude for that is the mother of Eric Williams.
We are funded entirely by private donations and grants. Your gift is essential.
This organization better exist for a very long time, and I hope that, you know, people that don't know about the support that they can get for the families exists. You know, that's what I think is most important.